We're all familiar with the term FSBO. It means for sale by owner. And it's a misleading term because it sounds like a furry, cuddly toy for a child, when actually what it means is unrepresented seller. It's a person with a house to sell who has said to themselves, hey, I understand that realtors need hundreds of hours of training. I understand that they're subject to a rigorous licensing process, that they have to go back every year and get continuing education to stay on the cutting edge in their field, and that there's a state professional policing board that oversees realtors so that those who are misbehaving can be removed from the industry. But you know what? I think I can do all this myself. I'm going to sell my house by myself. And you know, when I talk to unrepresented sellers, what they usually tell me is, I've got a background in marketing. I'll advertise my house. And when I find a buyer, I'll call an attorney and have them just write up the paperwork. Well, it's true that attorneys are allowed to conduct real estate transactions in the state of Indiana. But a funny thing about that is, during my real estate career, I've had many attorneys as clients. So think about that for a minute. A person who's legally allowed to conduct real estate transactions in Indiana, but instead of doing that themselves, they hire somebody like me. That's because most attorneys are not real estate attorneys. They have not written hundreds of purchase agreements. They have not had to interpret hundreds of purchase agreements and learn all of the ins and outs and the potential pitfalls of a purchase agreement. They have never prepared their house for a home inspection or read and completely understood a home inspection, though a realtor like myself has done it hundreds of times. They're maybe not prepared to handle the proration of taxes, problems with title searches, and loan documents. So you could say that those attorneys recognize what they don't know. But the unrepresented seller says, I'm smarter than that. Which raises another interesting and funny issue. Not only can you sell your house by yourself without a realtor in Indiana, you can represent yourself in court in Indiana. So if you're sued or charged with a serious crime, you don't need an attorney. You can represent yourself in court. Now, most of us recognize intuitively that a person who represents themselves in court is disconnected from reality. They don't understand the full ramifications and implications of the complicated legal process that they're wandering into alone. And the exact same thing could be said of an unrepresented seller.